think because you're Saucy Santana that you like above everybody.
I don't think I'm above nothing.
Thankfully, I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Just like you happened to me.
Bitch, you saying that this happened because of me. Bitch, I see very much.
This happened because of me. You said that this happened because of me. If I could have did this without you, I still got the text now. Shout out to Ramsey. Shout out to going to jail. Without you, and
I'm trying to get so. This is the bond. Mind me.
The dynamic, fast-paced world of reality TV, where relationships and drama blend together seamlessly, put Zell at the center of a revelation that would have an impact on his circle of friends. Atlanta was a city known for its inventiveness and its citizens' hustle, but beneath the surface secrets were brewing that has the potential to transform everything in the love and hip-hop community. Zell had always been a witness to the complex dynamics of relationships and had seen friendships. Blaz's romantic relationships and conflicts develop while being watched closely by a curious public, but nothing could have prepared him for the Whispers, a bombshell involving his close friend Saucy Santana and his boyfriend Chef D, started out as little more than a rumor before becoming a full-fledged one. It struck Zell as both shocking and plausible that Chef D was getting money from Saucy to stay in the relationship. He found it confusing that despite their obvious chemistry and their tendency to be the life of the party, this new information presented a completely different picture of a relationship that may be based more on transactional dynamics than on true attachment.
What's up?
Nah, you know, just out here chilling, doing my thing.
You think everything a joke, bro?
Let's see this tattoo. That's the joke.
Real. What you talking about?
Increasingly interested and worried, Zell decided it was time to look into it. He mentally relished certain situations. Nights were a time of laughter and friendship, but he could now feel a strain that had not existed prior to the late-night gatherings and jokes. There seemed to be a new level of complexity infused throughout the private discussions as the days went by, Zell found himself struggling with the ramifications of this revelation. He realized that the pressures of fame could distort perceptions of love and loyalty, making it simple for people to hide deeper fears and insecurities behind the glitzy exterior. Instead of accepting vulnerability, people go into transactional relationships for solace. The notion that someone as lively and gifted as Saucy could feel the need to pay for company resonated with him, and one night, as the Atlanta skyline glittered under him, he wanted to guide his friend through this dangerous area. The star Zell decided to confront Saucy about the rumor, and they assembled in their favorite lounge, where there was music, laughter, and the aroma of delectable food. The atmosphere was lively, but there was a lingering sense of the talk he was about to start.
You negative every step of the way.
But don't go get no random girl pregnant and believe everything she
not a random girl though.
Why do you have to be so
She got her whole drive.
Don't nobody say nothing about you and what you got going on or anything like that.
They said she get drunk and everybody. That's what they
never heard
say.
that. I never heard
You do too.
What's a paternity test?
This is my thing with you.
You can meet somebody.
Why does it matter to you? Even if it ain't. What does it matter to you?
Why you on
Determine the ideal time. Using tactful word choice, he communicated his thoughts about the relationship and made it apparent that his worries were rooted in friendship. At first, the always charming Saucy laughed and dismissed the discussion, but Zell could see that glimmer of doubt in his eyes as the evening wore on. The laughter subsided, and a more in-depth conversation started. Zell's remarks resonated, making Saucy vulnerable as he considered the truth of his connection with Chef D. Saucy talked candidly about his anxieties about being alone and abandoned. Acknowledged that the demands of fame had made him feel insecure, which led him to think that receiving money was a way to win loyalty. He listened carefully, his heart heaving with sympathy, and he understood that Sal's worries were not unusual in their world, where relationships could be short-lived and the glitz and glamour frequently trumped trust. Zell stressed the value of sincere relationships, reminding Saucy that love should be founded on true connections and respect rather than money.
So D, what does tattoo mean?
What you mean? What it mean?
Like, do it come with an obligation?
Ain't no obligation behind me getting the tattoo. This is for me. I want to do it. You're someone who's special to me. Yeah, we've been through hella shit. You put me through hella shit, but I did this for me. I ain't gonna lie, I don't trust you. I
don't trust me.
With each revelation, the atmosphere changed as Saucy started to face the truth of his circumstances. He had been looking for assurance in the wrong places, using money to keep someone close when what he really wanted was a bond based on trust and emotional connection. The idea of paying Chef D for companionship came from a place of fear rather than love. As he accepted the truth they had discussed late into the night, revealing worries and dreams that had been suppressed, Zell could feel a burden leaving Sau's shoulders. For the first time in a long time, Saucy appeared to discover clarity in the midst of his emotional turmoil. Dawn broke over Atlanta, and a new day full of opportunities appeared. After realizing that paying for companionship was only a short-term solution that couldn't replace the emptiness left by true love and support, Saucy was resolved to reestablish his relationship with Chef D in order to find authenticity and a deeper emotional connection. A renewed sense of optimism, he knew that Saucy's path ahead would be difficult, but he was determined to support his friends. Sighed as he made his way through this new phase in a society that frequently made it difficult to distinguish between convenience and love. According to Zell, genuine, meaningful connections were still possible. As the sun rose higher in the sky, the city was bathed in a warm glow. With Zell's unwavering support, Saucy felt empowered to pursue a love that was true to himself and didn't depend on financial incentives. He decided to confront Chef D about the nature of their relationship in the hopes of building a bond based on honesty and emotional depth, but was instead based on the beauty of vulnerability. Ultimately, the journey of self-discovery and sincere connection would mold Sau's identity in the realm of love and hip-hop as well as his relationships. One thing was certain as the drama played out in Atlanta: love, when properly fostered, would always prevail against the shallowness of the glamorous world surrounding them. Fascinated and growing more worried, after deciding it was time to look into it, Zell imagined nights full of laughter and companionship. But now he sensed in. As he went through these memories, he discovered that the glitzy exterior frequently concealed deeper insecurities and fears, particularly in the world they lived in. As the days went by, Zell found himself struggling with the implications of this revelation, realizing that the pressures of fame could distort perceptions of love and loyalty, making it simple for people to find solace in transactional relationships rather than trusting romantic relationships, rather than accepting vulnerability. One evening, as the Atlanta skyline shimmered, the thought that someone as lively and gifted as Saucy could feel the need to pay for friendship resonated with him. He wanted to guide his friend through this dangerous area. Under the stars, Zell made the decision to face Saucy about the rumors. They met at their favorite lounge, which was lively with music, laughter, and the aroma of delectable cuisine. However, the talk he was about to start weighed heavy on the atmosphere. Ideal time with careful word choice, Zell addressed the subject and conveyed his thoughts about the connection, making it apparent that his worries are rooted in friendship. At first, Saucy, who is always charming, dismissed the conversation with a laugh. But as the evening went on, the laughter subsided and a more in-depth topic started. It was Zell's words that made Saucy consider the truth of his relationship with Chef D in terms of vulnerability. Saucy talked candidly about his anxieties about being alone and abandoned. He acknowledged that the demands of celebrity had made him feel uncomfortable, which made him think that receiving money was a way to win people over. With a heavy heart, Zell listened carefully, understanding that Sau's worries were not unusual in their environment, where partnerships may be short-lived and trust was frequently eclipsed by glitz and glitter. Zell underlined the value of genuine relationships, reminding Saucy that love should be founded on genuineness and respect for one another rather than material gain.